Hello, welcome to Industry Reactions. Industry Reactions is a weekly briefing on industry events, changes, and future trends that impact your business. We're your hosts, Rick Honer and Jeff Martin from ChemPoint. You can find Industry Reactions on YouTube, LinkedIn, and as a podcast. For those watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and smash that like button. We plan on discussing issues that impact the global industry and help you uncover new opportunities. We hope this will provide market intelligence that will keep you ahead of changing conditions.
Well, U.S. stocks jumped Monday after the progress on a COVID-19 vaccine and Democrat Joe Biden's victory ushered in a sea change in financial markets. Intraday trading set a record as the Dow climbed almost 5% it did go up some in the afternoon, but it was still end of the day higher. A vaccine developed by Pfizer and BioNTech proved to be better than expected at protecting people from COVID-19 vaccine in a pivotal study. The vaccine jolted markets, raising the fortunes of some of the pandemic losers, such as travel companies, retailers, and banks, whose stocks have fallen recently. The rally in stocks also reflected the reduced uncertainty surrounding the U.S. elections, and combined with the expectations that a Democrat-controlled White House and a divided Congress could result in moderate policy measures on taxes and spending.
Yeah, that's surprising. You know, who would have known the stock market would reward government gridlock? It's crazy.
Yep.
All right. So according to the National Association of Chemical Distributors, or NACD, Biden is expected to fast track a coronavirus relief bill to save small businesses, specifically in our industry, as well as others that need a second round of Paycheck Production Program funding to keep their business afloat in his first weeks in office. Biden's EPA is also expected to have greater focus on sustainability with revisions to the Clean Air Act and the Clean Water Act on the table. NACD also said it's anticipated that under a Biden administration, there could be a removal on some of the Section 301 tariffs and a protection of the Generalized System of Preferences trade program. It could be good for the chemical distributors who import products from countries around the world, including China and South America. Many of the tariffs remain at 25%. And I personally know that managing these tariffs caused a good many gray hairs to form on myself as well as other individuals in the industry.
Yeah, speaking of the divided Congress, and it'll be interesting to see what the next 6 to 12 months, what can get passed and what will happen there.
Yeah.
So if we look at the chemical rail car traffic in North America, it was a little weaker the past week, but it still continues to improve year-to-date figures. So that's good to see. We see more action occurring in the economy.
Absolutely. All right, so now moving on to product-related news. Let's look at new product innovation that's been occurring across the industry. First, Eastman has partnered with Seen, that's SEEN, for a bird-friendly glass. Billions of birds meet their end each year by smacking into glass windows at full flight speed. Among causes related to human activity, only predation by house cats beats glass in avian deaths in the US, and that's according to American Bird Conservancy. The solution is conceptually simple: make a glass that birds can see. To that end, Eastman Chemical is teaming up with Seen, a Swiss architectural surfaces specialist, to market a line of bird-safe interlayers for laminated architectural glass. The partnership fits with Eastman's existing business in polyvinyl butyral, or PVB, interlayers for architectural and automotive safety glass. Some solutions to the bird strike problem rely on materials that absorb or reflect wavelengths of light that birds can see, but humans can't. Eastman's views having a visible product as an advantage. And Jeff, this is a little surprising because I thought windmills were a leading bird killer.
Well, that was only according to one of our former presidential candidates.
Oh, okay.
I do remember, though, when the Minnesota Vikings were opening their new football stadium, it led to a lot of bird strike deaths. And then the Vikings came out and said that was the only way they could beat the Seahawks or the Philadelphia Eagles.
Good.
So, well, speaking of clear dividers, the St. Louis-based Spartech they've been putting their products through rigorous laboratory testing to see whether it can withstand over 200 cleaning tests while still retaining the highest levels of clarity. Spartech has been manufacturing these thermoplastics and custom packaging solutions for a while now. They're used in schools, retail stores, and I'm sure we've seen them all in restaurants as we go out there in the world right now to help protect us from coronavirus. The Spartech has long manufactured the materials, and so being able to clean and keep these things free from germs and still looking attractive in these retail environments is what's important. So using that decades of experiments in forming plastic, they're putting that to use now to fight the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, it's important. You need that clarity. It's really hard to maintain. So moving into mergers and acquisitions news, Ingredients signed an agreement with Oscar-winning film director James Cameron to acquire the remaining portion of ownership in Verdient Foods. The transaction is expected to close this month and expand the company's reach in the plant-based market. Once construction is complete on a new adjacent facility, the company will operate 2 sites that can produce a wide range of high-quality, sustainable, specialty, pulse-based concentrates and flours from peas, lentils, and faba beans. Both facilities are located in Banskoy, Saskatchewan, in the heart of Canada's pulse crop production area.
I'm sure James Cameron would describe it as a Titanic deal.
Good one, Jeff.
Moving on, IMCD has announced that they're acquiring Peak International's pharmaceutical ingredient business. So IMCD is a distributor of specialty chemicals and ingredients, and Peak International is based in the Netherlands. The financial terms of deal wasn't disclosed, but Peak's business is in Vietnam, Germany, and Israel, has locations in Vietnam, Germany, and Israel. And last year it generated about $6 million euro. The acquired business will be integrated into IMCD's pharmaceutical group.
Pharmaceuticals is a good area to be right now.
Lots of action there.
All right, so just one event this week to talk about, which is the National Association of Chemical Distributors annual conference, which, big surprise, is virtual this year. It will take place this week, November 10th through the 12th.
Well, thanks everyone for listening and attending today. Really appreciate, and hopefully we'll be back next week with a new fresh batch of industry action. So stay safe, stay sane, and stay thirsty. Thanks.
Take care.